Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. Today we're going to make our first video about the Atlantis DLC. I'm just going to play probably a few missions, but more importantly I'm going to show you how to gain access to Atlantis. So let's get started. Oh, and of course we're going to do that with our friend Aquaman. And you can see the awesome Aquaman statue, and the awesome Aquaman poster, and the awesome Aquaman lair. But enough stalling, let's get started. So technically everyone who has a level 10 character or more should have access to Atlantis. But before you can get access to Atlantis, you have to complete the Royal Palace or the Atlantis Royal Palace mission. Although you already do have access to the vendor, but if you don't have the marks, the Wrath Crown to be able to purchase the gear, there's nothing you're going to be able to do. Also, if you are level 10, you do not have access to everything on the vendor. I'm gonna have to show you the vendor with my other character. It'll make more sense. So we go to the on duty menu. There's two ways to gain access to the Atlantis mission. Either through the on duty menu. Sadly, as you can see right now, I don't have access to much with this character, so I have no choice with this character. I have to use the event version of the mission. I will show you the on duty menu with another character in just a bit in order to be able to show you the difference. So basically we have to do to play the Atlantis Royal Palace event. So let's get started. Oh, I hear something. I think it's behind the wall. The first thing you'll notice is the characters are swimming. So no matter what movement style, what movement mode your character has, you are going to be swimming. It's pretty similar to flying, which is one reason why people didn't understand why we could not have characters swimming in this universe online. Seeing how characters can already fly, why not have them swim as well? Oh, this is what I was looking for.
Greetings, my beloved. These historical documents that the widowhood sent me, documenting the lineage of Atlantean kings, are fascinating. As king, I must learn from my predecessors' mistakes, as well as their greatest accomplishments. A good king must learn from the past. Only then can we build a better future.
So again, being able to swim is something that was highly requested for quite a few years. And finally, here it is. So let's talk to our friend Aquaman.
Friend. Thank you for coming. There are few people besides Merc who have a trust to guard Mara.
You forget, dear husband. I need no one's protection. Our friend here is to be recognized for acts of heroism.
As you say, Mara, but this tribunal is shaping up to be more of a witch hunt than an awards ceremony.
Now, brother, let us hear what the council has to say. Perhaps they've finally recognized which son of Atlan is worthy to sit on the throne.
Glad to see you still have a sense of humor, brother.
So let's go in here.
Your devotion to the surface world has brought our nation to the brink of ruin. Orin, son of the House of Atlan. Since being crowned king, you have been delinquent in your duties to Atlantis.
Have you forgotten that I am your king?
We have not. Which is why, by the order of Poseidon, we strip you of your royal title as King of Atlantis.
Oh no!
And find you guilty of treason.
This is madness. You would leave the throne vacant at such a critical time?
Hardly, Arthur. Atlantis has chosen a true king to lead it. No longer will we allow an absentee, surface-loving half-breed to rule our proud realm. Guards, kill the traitor.
Wrath, you will pay for this insolence.
Oh no, time to fight. Been a while since I played with this character, so I will probably be a bit lost So as you can see, the game raises your combat rating to 241 by default in order to be able to play this content. So even though I don't have access to all my powers just yet, so far we seem to be doing okay. So once we defeat all the enemies, there's this big thorn wall that will appear, and we're gonna have to escape from it.
Now, get free of the palace before the crown of thorns cracks. I'll be right behind.
Make haste, woman, or we'll be next. The crown of thorns coming.
So as you can see on the map the big white skull behind us. That's the wall of thorn that's following us, or the crown of thorn as it says in the description. So we have to keep moving forward. If we go back, the wall will catch up to us, and it will kill us a little bit. It seems to go slowly enough, so we should, like you can see the wall right there, but you shouldn't wait too much. Otherwise, you may regret it. There should be enough time to be able to defeat the enemies along the way, but you shouldn't wait too long. So you can see we've pretty much outpaced the white skull on the map, but don't worry, it'll be back. And I was trying to suggest respect the crown of thorns. There's a few times where I didn't hurry enough, and I ended up sadly not surviving the experience. So as you can see, it goes slowly enough that you should be able to outpace it, but you can pretty much see it over there. And you have to defeat the guard here in order to be able to open the door. I didn't bother to defeat all the guards. I don't recall if there's a feat in order to that makes it worth it to try to defeat them all. I'll try that with some other character at some point. There's one time where there's one time where I was a little too focused on trying to defeat the guards, and I completely forgot about the wall of thorn behind me. But here, as you can see, if you just focus on moving forward, you should have no issue with the wall of thorn.
Quickly, this way.
Oh, wrong guy. And you're going to see why Ocean Master and Mira are with us in just a second. Like you can see the evil wall of thorn or crown of thorn coming up.
Where you are, traitor. What have you done? We're trapped, and the crown of thorns is on our heels. You have doomed us.
Orm, stop sniveling and use your brain. You and I will hold back the Crown of Thorns for as long as we can to buy time for our friend to deal with the Drift Commander.
They're so nice. They're going to buy me some time. And now we have to defeat the evil commander. If you don't want to take any chances, you can take the investigation first. Doesn't really matter. Basically, the guy waits for you in the middle of the room. I don't think there's a timer. As far as I know, they pretty much hold the wall of thorn pretty much as long as you want or as you need to. Let's summon all our friends.
The ancient artifact known as the Crown of Thorns to isolate Atlantis from the outside world and begin a new era for our culture. Today begins my ascension into the pages of history.
Nope, I wasn't paying attention enough. Like you can see, the commander changes weapon. He thought he also was healing himself, but I'm probably thinking of another NPC.
This is your plan? Foolish Zebel witch. We'll be cut to ribbons.
We have no choice, Orm. There is no other way, and we cannot hold back the crown. Use the controls to
Let's
open
collect
the
our reward
vortex,
first.
but be ready. This will not
So
be
we have a
easy
chest
while.
piece, a base item. Let's go for the chest piece. We don't really need it, but for the style it could be nice. We got a winter mode because obviously it's a winter seasonal right now. So we have some Wrath Crown, obviously. And before we complete the mission, let's see what's in the little chest. Oh, another Wrath Crown. So let's complete the mission.
Wait. I am far too important to die like this.
Too late. Next, balls.
So this is how we gain access to Atlantis the first time. Let's start with our friend King Shark.
Well, it Looks like my dinner just woke
No
up,
one messes with
boys.
King Shark. Not even the royals.
The name's King Shark. My associates found you half dead nearby. So I guess you owe me. Your bosses must have barnacles for brains to try to take the throne from Koromrel. He's hiding out down in the tree. For fear Rath's goons finishing the hit job.
So this is how you gain access to Atlantis, and as you can see, every movement mode on this map are swimming. So as you can see, the map is pretty big. It's not as big as Gotham and Metropolis, obviously, but I don't think we'll ever have maps that big ever again. I would probably compare it to Central City. It might even be a little bigger than Central City. And as you can see, there's various layers and levels within that map. So the next step would be to talk to Mera. I'm going to switch character in order to be able to show you a few extra things. So I'm going to use my multiverse character, but of course I've equipped him for the occasion, obviously. And there is a vendor. Oh, there it is. There's a vendor at the entrance of the map, but there's also these two vendors here. So you're going to see the difference. So when I had my level 10 character, I didn't have access to everything. But here you can see that there's some various corals that you can purchase for your character if you want, some adaptive augments. I'm going to have to make a video about the augments at some point. So you can purchase some augments if you need to. And there's also a set of gear that's inspired by the evil Corum Wrath. I have some materials, but you can see the shape of the helmet a bit. No emblem. Seems to be a pretty nice looking style. So you can see there's also weapons, and there's obviously there's a DPS set of gear, controller set of gear, and there's also the elite version, the enhanced version, I guess we could say, of the very same gear. And then there's also the amphibious style, which is the first one was modeled after Corum Wrath. The amphibious style is modeled after Aqualad. So obviously there's the Zodiac Crystal, which is almost 400 Wrath Crown. So as you can see, we can purchase catalysts, base items, and that's pretty much it for now. If they do like they did with some of the other DLCs, they'll add more items to purchase as time goes by. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. So once you reach this map, then you go talk to your friend Mera, and that should give you access to the maps, the missions in the open world.
Crown of Thorns and make Corum Wrath pay for his actions.
So you can see.
Aqualad has been surveilling the Silent School and may know where Arthur's trident is being kept.
So you can see the Aqualad style, but it is a bit different. There's obviously there's gloves, and there's a helmet, and there's some shoulders too.
Hey, the name's Calder, but most folks up top call me Aqualad. Mira sent me an SOS at the Titan's Tower, and I came as fast as I could. We need something to get us past the crown, but that's gonna take some serious magic. The Silent School is probably the place to start. Go roll some acolytes and find out what they know.
So let's switch to DPS. I'm basically using the same gear, but my loadout is different, and my skill points are different. Let's go by location. Okay, Atlantis. So you can see we have the Eye of Gemini mission, we have the Manacle of Force mission, we have the Orb of Orion mission, and we have Atlantis. So this is the one we're doing right now. And once we complete this mission, we're going to get some flawed and enchanted exobites, some rough ground, some marks of victory, and some undersea weapon box. That one should be useful. But there's also other missions like the Eye of Gemini or Gemini. You have to play the Skyline School Alert and meet Aqualad there, and it gives you the Eye of Gemini or Gemini. As you can see, it's an artifact that will get that for any role. When you click too many. The Manacle of Force. That one seems to be for tank. Come on. And the Orb of Orion. That seems to be for healer. Oh, there's no controller artifact. I'm so sad now. But it's okay. I'm getting a little tired of switching artifacts all the time. So I'm glad I won't have to. Although some of those artifacts did seem to be somewhat useful.
Greetings, friend. The Royal Council has called a tribunal to review the events that took place at Spinger Station. I request your presence here in Atlantis so Arthur and I can honor your heroics.
Too careless, that's what happens. I was too focused on what Mara was saying. So again, as you can see, it's a pretty big city with a whole bunch of layer and hidden places. So if you like to explore a map to look for investigations or that kind of stuff, you should have a lot of fun on this map. It's reminiscent a bit of Naboo on... is it Naboo? The underwater city in Star Wars, The Phantom Menace. We got an Atlantean time capsule and a few goodies. That's so nice. And of course the collection I was looking for. So let's try and pull that little friend over us. There's a whole bunch of NPCs. I probably could take them on at least a bit. I usually try not to make things too difficult for no good reason. And I have to defeat... technically, it shows that I have to get information from 3 acolytes. As you can see, I've defeated a few more. You do have to defeat a lot more than 3 in order to be able to get 3 of them to break their silence. My shield wasn't strong enough. As you can see, I've attracted way too many enemies, so if I die, I apologize. Let's summon a few friends, because we can. So as you can see, I wasn't careful enough. I attracted way too many enemies. Oh, that's the guy I was looking for. Too late. So as you can see, you have to question a lot more than 3 in order to be able to get the information you need. So I'm going to try to be a little more careful. And you can see I'm combat rating 248 right now. If you remember, my Aquaman was 241, if I'm not mistaken. So the game by default will raise your combat rating to 241.
You have no chance.
But it probably wouldn't hurt if you're a little higher than that. Let's see if with Time Bomb I can maybe get rid of a lot of them, at least most of them. There we go. So there's no reason to stick around and defeat more of them. We completed our objective. So let's go back to see our friend Aqualad. I will show you the on-duty menu in just a bit. You're going to be able to see the difference if your character is higher than level 10. Oh yeah, and there is a side mission you can take here. So let's do that. I haven't done this this race just yet, so I'll probably make a video just about that. So let's talk to our friend Aqualad.
Faceless freak has been collecting Atlantean relics and locking them away in his inner sanctum. Good thing I cut a lot of class junior year. I can get us inside. I'll be waiting there when you're ready.
So as you see, once you complete the mission for Aqualad, it opens up a whole bunch of missions in Atlantis. So, and let's take a quick look at the on-duty menu. So if you remember, we used the events tab in order to be able to play the Atlantis Royal Palace mission with our friend Aquaman. But if we look here, we do have the very same mission on the on-duty menu because our character is actually level combat rating 248. So there should be also a 4-player mission, if I recall correctly. So the Silent School and some 8-player missions. So you can see there's basically 2 missions, but there's the regular version and there's the elite version of both missions. So that's going to be it for our first introduction to Atlantis. Next time I'll play the various missions that you see here. Oh, and we have to, there we go, complete our mission here. So my next video will be my next video in Atlantis will be to play those missions here. Although there's a whole bunch of things that I should make videos about. I should probably make some new artifact videos because there was a lot of changes made since the time when I made my videos with the artifacts. But I thought you guys would like to have a look at Atlantis and also see that finally after it was highly requested, they finally gave us a map where we can actually swim as opposed to a map that's underwater where we actually swim. People thought that in the past when they made the Deluge DLC they would do that. It wasn't the case. But now, here we are. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your question. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.